the difference between children 5, 10, 15 and the sort of 20 is quite different. And it's amazing how often people revise their wills and their letters of wishes and so on when kids reach later in their teens, having merrily said they could have everything at 21. They often change their mind quite rapidly when they see their 19-year-old shortly inheriting significant sums.
Well, and you've just mentioned something that we haven't mentioned is letter of wishes. So again, the will is a very important document, but it's really quite mechanical, and it contains a lot of tax provisions and trust provisions and provisions for the executors, the lawyers, the accountants. And the letter of wishes sits alongside it, a non-legally binding document that breathes life into this very almost formulaic will. And it's not only important because, God forbid something happens to you, you pass away, your executors might be left with a huge estate and children to look after who might be quite young. They have a lot of decisions on their plate. What would you, as the decedent, want to have been, to happen? A lot of considerations to be done there. But also, it's not legally binding document, so it can be updated without the same formality as a will. So the will, again, is quite structured and is there in place. As your children get a few years older, you don't have to update the will, but you might wish to update the letter of wishes. If one of your children makes you angry, they do something you don't want to that you don't support, they become Tottenham Spurs fans, for instance. You could cut them out of your will in a letter of wishes. So that's something that we would definitely, that's something you can kick the tires on more frequently than you would a will.